Hello, beautiful souls. This is Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. We're going to go more in depth about the false twin flames. This is a huge topic that is kind of zooming around the collective right now. So I want to go more in depth based off of the video that I shared yesterday. If you're curious about that video, you can find it in my video right before this one. So I'm going to read from Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover book from Jeff and Shalia. I'm going to share with you what the 9 signs are, and I will go into depth. So grab a cup of coffee or some tea, a snack, and sit back because this might be a little bit of a longer video. And also, I had someone who is like and a person who helps YouTubers like up their YouTube game. And one of the things that he told me was that because I don't have thumbnails for my videos, that my videos are not attractive, which made me crack up. I was like, but you know what? I'm always interested and open to feedback. So if you think that my video should have thumbnails, be kind about it, drop something below, but does not mean I'm going to change it. I'm just curious. I'm open to hearing feedback. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, all right, so let's jump into this juicy topic of false twin flames. So from this book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover, there's 9 signs in here. I'm going to read them to you, and then I will elaborate how I was able to recognize this within my false twin flame connections as well, because I now know my true twin flame. Thank the Lord. That is such a privilege and a gift. He is such a gift. And so let's go ahead and look at number 1. A false twin flame will regularly abandon you. They will find ways to split up with you and get away from you, either emotionally, spiritually, or physically. They will not be interested in spending long stretches of time with you because they are not designed to be around you for long, sustained periods. Facts. Okay. So with that being said, the 2 connections that I explored that ended up being false twin flames, they either only wanted to spend time with me because they were energetically getting something or physically getting something. So both of these connections really just wanted a physical connection. They did not care about having a spiritual, emotionally, mentally deep relationship with me in those aspects. And also, I found that they could really only spend maybe just a few hours with me at a time. That being said, was because my energy, my vibration, is very high. And so they would come and they'd get really high off my energy, and then they would crash, and then they would need to go home. And so they couldn't spend long periods of time with me. Now my twin flame, my true twin flame, we can spend multiple hours together, days together. You're meant to live with your twin flame. You're meant to be living one life with your twin flame. So you're created to live with them in that space. Now, if you are not able to at this moment in time, and you know that this is your true twin flame, they are reflecting back to you where you're not able to spend long periods of time with yourself, long periods of time with just God. And so as you heal that, they will be able to spend longer periods of time with you, and they also desire to. My true twin flame was the first one out of all the connections who had planned a whole weekend trip with me. Like, that was an indication of, I want to spend time with you. I would like to spend more than just a few hours with you. And I had to be very open to that because I'd never experienced that with someone really. Living with my ex-husband was hard. I think for us, he had multiple jobs, so we didn't really have to spend too much time together. And when we did, we had to find things to try to be able to connect, which was really hard to like have a partner and be like, we got to now find things to figure out how to connect together because we didn't have things in common. We really didn't have the desire to spend a lot of time together. We actually really enjoyed our own space and freedom. But with your true twin flame, you're created to spend all of your time together. And it is important to be able to feel confident and comfortable in spending your time alone with yourself so that you can attract that, so that you can relax into that, because in truth, they are meant to be with you in every space. They will not abandon you. Now, your twin flame may want a little bit of space here and there if they're moving through something. If they're moving through feelings, especially the masculine, masculines in general need a lot of space. So if they're moving through something, they will ask for space, but they're not going to abandon you. They're not going to be like, I'm upset with you, bye, we're not doing this again. It's more going to be like, I'm upset with you, I need space. When I'm at a place where I can speak to you lovingly and kindly, I will come back into this space and we will work through it together, but they will not abandon you. A false twin flame will abandon you. They'll be like, nope, I don't want to do this with you. Later, bye, and have no desire to come back. So that is key one of if that's a false twin flame or a true twin flame. Number two, a false twin flame will try to lie to you about who they are. They will not want you to know they are false because they get so much energy and love from you without having to reciprocate anything real. A false twin flame will likely try to take as much of your love as possible without wanting to give love back. Okay, so I can already hear y'all in my head. Well, my true twin flame does that. Well, I'm gonna help you with that one. A false twin flame, just like I said, mostly wanted a physical relationship with me. And that meant that they really wanted to take as much love as they could without having to reciprocate anything real back. Now, I moved through this a little bit with my true twin flame because he was mirroring to me the pattern that I was playing out, which was I was over giving love and not giving enough to myself. I was giving it to everyone else. And so my false twin flame wanted to just have fun and didn't want to talk about anything serious and wasn't looking to grow with me, like literally just wanted to get high off my energy and then peace out. My true twin flame was like, you give so much here and yet there's not really reciprocated energy. Why do you keep doing this? Is that what you want to do? Is that appropriate? It's safe to have boundaries here. The difference between false twin flame and my true twin flame is my true twin flame loved me enough to call out my upset, to call out my pattern. People who don't love you are not going to call out your upset or your pattern because if you change it, they're not going to get anything in return. But someone who truly loves you is going to call it out so that you can change it because they don't want to see you continually being taken from. And so when my true twin flame did this, it really helped me see that one, my energy was unbalanced. The way that I was giving was unbalanced. And ultimately he's saying, because you're doing that, our entire union is unbalanced. And I want to be able to be with you, but because you keep approaching it in this way, we're unbalanced in this space and I can't meet you in harmony. I can't meet you in a place of balance. So I really had to make the core choice to not continuously give my energy and my time to anyone and everyone, and that I really had to give it to myself. And naturally, my time and energy would overflow into the people who really did deserve it or who wanted to be in my space because they truly love me. I hope that makes sense. And so if you're giving love to your twin flame and they're not reciprocating it back, it could be that it might be a false twin flame. And so the way that you test that is by now giving yourself all of the love that you're trying to give this person. Bring it back, give it to yourself, and your true twin flame is going to be attracted to that because you're giving it to you. So now they're going to want to give to you. That is the difference. And they'll genuinely give to you. They will reciprocate the love that you're giving to yourself back to you. And that is really important. With my true twin flame, he was the first person where I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to experience my love, because this man is literally reciprocating my love back to me. And that was really intense. I was like, wow, my love is a lot. Okay. And in truth, it's all God's love. So you want to really pay attention to if they're reciprocating back, and if they're not, and you truly heal that pattern, a false twin flame will dissolve and a true twin flame will come into that space. Number 3, a false twin flame will not share your vision for the future. Amen. Okay, so this is like a really easy one, y'all. Like, me and my twin flame want the same exact thing. We both have the same vision for our life. We both have the same idea when it comes to how we want to raise our family, what we want what we want for our future. We have really been able to see like, wow, I do this in my life and she does this in her life, but yet they can naturally come together. They can naturally bloom together. So that is really wonderful, is that our vision for our life is exactly the same. There are things that we had to get clear on, but as we healed in that space and got clear within ourselves, we naturally got clear together. And so your true twin flame is going to want the same exact thing for you in their life that you have for your life. And so you don't have to fear that. With a soulmate or false twin flame, that's a lot of the times where like you get relationships where they're like, one doesn't want a child and the other one really wants a kid, but they're like, we love each other enough, so it's going to work. And then they end up divorcing because one wanted a child and one didn't. And it's like, yeah, your vision for your life wasn't the same, but yet you tried to force it to make it work. It's not going to work that way. So with a true twin flame, you're created for your vision of your life to be the same and to develop in the same way. Hi, baby. What's up? What's up?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just want some loves.
Mm.
Yeah. You need anything?
Yeah.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Number 4. A false twin flame will not share all your deepest core values with you, nor will they feel inclined to do spiritual work with you to discover your core values. I love these signs. Like, when I'm now with my true twin flame, I'm just like, thank God. Because it is true. Like, a false twin flame does not desire to share their deepest core values or their core fears. With a true twin flame, you will have to create safety within yourself. So this means that you feel safe enough to move through your own feelings. You feel safe enough to get clear on your core values. You feel safe enough to really do your inner work. And so as I was doing my inner work, false twin flames did not want to have those conversations. They did not care to talk about their deepest feelings or their fears or their core values or what they wanted for their life. They're like, I don't know. Like, I'm just doing my life right now. Like, like, that's really what it was. But with my true twin flame, there has been times where he just naturally opens up in that space where this is my fear and this is what I'm moving through and this is what I'm getting clear on, and I feel like this isn't aligning with me in this place, or this is aligning with me in this place, but I'm conflicted in my mind. And then being open to allowing me to help him work through his inner work. And anytime I've really truly invited my twin flame into doing inner work with me, he has. Now there's been times where there's resistance. And if I really look at it, it's because I was resisting within myself. And so if I'm resisting, then he's resisting. If I'm fully open to healing a core upset, so is he. This is actually how I came to the realization that God was revealing this man as my twin flame, because we had our first really big upset and we're driving home and we still have 4 hours to go before we're home. And we got into this upset and I like wanted to punch this man in his face. I was about to be like, let me walk home. Like, I'll walk 4 hours before I stay in this car with you. But I recognized that I was really hurt and that I was in an upset. And so within my heart, I made the core choice and I said to God in my heart and in my mind, I choose to heal this with you right now. I do not desire to be in an upset with this man. I do not desire to stay in this upset for the next 4 hours. Show me what I need to heal right now, God, and I will heal it. And instantly he looked over at me and he said, if I've done something to upset you or to hurt you, please let me know so that we can work through it together, because you're not meant to work through upsets alone. And I kid you not, verbatim, that is on my love list, that my twin flame is open to working through any and all upsets with me, because I'm not meant to work through all of these upsets alone. And in that moment, it was like wow, okay. And I just surrendered. I was just like, sure, let's move through it. And guess what? We got to a place of peace. And that was 2.5 years ago. So like every time we have an upset and we truly work through it, we come closer together. Our friendship naturally grows. Our love for each other naturally blossoms. We feel safe enough to partner in that space and to go deeper in that space. And we recognize that if there's an upset, we both know that like there's no upset that we can't work through. There's a commitment in that space, and almost an unspoken commitment. But because I choose to work through all upsets, me and my twin flame make the same core choice. He chooses to work through them too. So that's pretty awesome. Number 5, a false twin flame will likely try to hide their true selves from you. They will not want to honestly share the deepest parts of themselves with you, even if cornered or persuaded to. So I touched on this in yesterday's video. This is very true. They will try to hide their true selves, and they will try to wear a mask all the time. Now, with a false twin flame, I could call out this mask and I could call it out and tell them like, this is what you're doing. And oh my gosh, would they become narcissists and they would dig their heels and they would like just say some really hurtful, mean things. When I call it out with my true twin flame, ultimately too, because I'm doing my inner work, So say he's avoiding, and I tell him, like, you're avoiding in this space. Best believe I'm doing my inner work. I'm not just calling him out. Like, he is me, I am him, we are one. We're both working through the same core upset. It may be his upset, but I'm working through it too because we're one. And so I'll make the core choice within myself, like, I choose to release avoidance. And then, of course, I call him out on it because it's his upset. And every time I've done that with my true twin flame, he has surrendered ultimately. And he'll be like, you're right. You're right. And it's actually attractive to him because I am the only one calling him out on his bullshit. At his soul core level, he does not want to continue playing out these patterns. He does not want to continue hiding. But because he now has his mirror in front of him, he can't hide. And it's coming to the surface to be cleared and released. And that's what he's been doing. He's been healing those things. He's been really seeing things differently, reflecting, going to God. He's choosing to heal because I'm choosing to heal. You can't heal separately from each other. If one of you is healing, the other one is healing. And so your true twin flame is going to be open to sharing the deepest parts of themselves, and they don't have to be cornered or persuaded. They'll just naturally open up because you are them and they feel safe with you. It's like this natural knowing of they're safe to just open up and be vulnerable. Now, if you want to keep going deeper in that and deeper in intimacy, you have to create that within yourself first. Divine Feminines, I'm talking to you. And as you create that within yourself, you naturally invite them into that space. I'm tired of hearing this whole, like, masculines have to create this safe space for the divine feminines to blossom and open up. This is true, but that requires the feminines to do it within themselves first. You can't just be here like damsel in distress and be like, I'm waiting for my masculine to create space for me so I feel safe. That's a very codependent, needy energy. I'm gonna call y'all out on it because it's not appropriate. So if you can create that within yourself, guess what your masculine is gonna do in the physical? Create a safe space for you. So really know that a false twin flame will try to hide them true selves from you. A true twin flame will be able to relax and show their true self to you. All right, number 6. A false twin flame will not help you create the vision for your life, nor will they feel inclined to be part of your life's vision. This is very true. They will not talk about the future with you. No. They won't talk about family, children, building your life purpose together. They will not be interested in that. They will only be worried about the present moment and what they can get from you in that time. Your true twin flame will have conversations. Like, there's been times where I thought my twin flame was going to be leaving because, like, I was still revealing him as my true twin flame. And one of the things that really caught me was that he would make comments about the future. Oh yeah, I'll have to show that to you, or I'll send that to you right now, or whatever it is. He would make comments that was implementing the future, and he always did exactly what he said he was going to do. And so we would talk about the future, we would talk about our vision, we would talk about anytime I'm growing one of my Mary Kay business right now, and there will be times where he'll ask questions like, how do you need support? What do you need help when it comes to that? Like, he's helping me grow my vision. He wants to be a part of that. If he can support in any type of way, he will. And a true twin flame wants to see you thriving and growing. A false twin flame just wants what they can get from you right now. Again, false twin flame is like, what can I get from you right now? That's like, for me, that was a big, huge one. Like, all they want is what they can get right now. They're not worried about anything in the future. Number 7, a false twin flame will prevent you from going deeper with them no matter what you do, which is pretty much going back to number 5. This is true. Like, you can try, but they're not going to. With a true twin flame, they ultimately they want to share things with you because they can feel at a core level that you are their person. And with my twin flame, we just naturally go deeper. It's just natural. There's no forcing it. There's no controlling it. It's just when I do my inner work and I surrender to God's love and God's love for me, we just naturally go deeper. Our relationship has just organically blossomed and unfolded in ways that I couldn't have even come up with. So your true twin flame union will naturally go deeper, even if it doesn't look like it on the outside right away. When you're truly doing the inner work, there'll come a point where, like, the outside just fully reflects it, and it's like all of a sudden you're just in this deep love and union with your twin flame. And so the more that you feel closer to you and more of your authentic self and really relaxing into that, best believe that that's going to eventually show up in your reality as well, because your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. All right, we're almost 2 away. Number 8, this is highlighted, so there must be must be something here. Number 8, a false twin flame will not be interested in bringing up your painful inner misalignments to the surface. They will be more interested in enjoying your presence now as you are, and not interested in investing in you and helping you become aligned with your divine self by bringing your core stuff to the surface for healing. This is so true. A false twin flame does not want to see you upset. Not that your twin flame wants to see you upset, but your false twin flame like does not want to talk about heavy stuff like that. They just have like no desire to work through any of your upsets with you. So if you're upset and your false twin flame is like, cool, like come talk to me when you're not upset anymore, like that is not your person. Also want to filter your feelings, heal your feelings. Is there any part of you that's shaming you for feeling bad? Is there any part of you that's gaslighting yourself and telling you it's not okay to feel that way? If that's the case, you gotta let that go, and you really have to give yourself permission and the space to feel your feelings and give yourself what you need. And so this is something that I recognize with my true twin flame, is sometimes I'll be moving through something, and instead of abandoning me or like, hey, like, let me know when you feel better, this man just holds my hand, or he'll just hold space for me as I move through what I'm moving through. And one of my favorite things that he'll ask me is like, how are you feeling? Or do you feel like this is complete? Are you okay with moving on from this? Like, are you okay with letting it go? And we've moved through many upsets where at the end of it, we're just like, how do you feel? Does it feel complete? Can we let this go? Can we move on? Yes, absolutely. And so he will bring up the most painful misalignments, but I do the same for him. And one of the most beautiful experiences is when both of our misaligned core upsets came to the core, and we were able to work through it together. He was able to see, oh, I responded this way because this is what my parents used to do. And I was like, this makes sense. I responded this way because this is what my parents used to do. And we realized we're now projecting the upsets that we had from our parents onto each other. And once we got clear that that's what we were doing, we were able to let go of that misalignment and get really clear on what worked for us and what our union needed. And then we were able to come to a place of peace there. And I just felt deep relief, and so did he. And 5 minutes later, we're laughing, we're joking around, we're on a whole different subject. Like, that's really how a twin flame union works, is like, once you heal the core upset, there's no holding on to grudges. There's no holding on to the upset. It's like it never existed, and you move on, and it's actually really healthy. And so we do get to enjoy each other's presence, but with a true twin flame, you can't enjoy their presence if you're in an upset, like a deep core upset. You have to clear the upset, and once you truly clear it, then you both meet each other in peace, and then that's when you get to enjoy each other. You meet your twin flame in true peace. And so if there's truly an upset there, and you're able to clear it, and you come to a place of peace, then your twin flame will meet you there. A false twin flame is like, come see me when you're in peace, and then I want nothing to do with you any other time. A true twin flame will move through it with you even when you're not in peace. You just don't get to enjoy like all the fun times until you're in peace. I hope that makes sense. Like, a false twin flame just has no desire to do inner work with you. That's the truth. They have no desire to do inner work or work through the pattern or get clear on where you picked it up from. A true twin flame will walk through that path with you. Oh, this is where we picked it up from. This is my understanding. I see why you're triggered here and why I was triggered there. I don't desire to speak to you that way. I do desire to get to a place of peace here with you. That's the truth. A true twin flame will always want to get to a place of peace with you. They don't ever want to be in an upset with you, nor do you want to be in an upset with your twin flame. So there's that. And then last but not least, on the surface, your false twin flame appears as your true twin flame, but as you go deeper, they reveal to you that they are not who you're looking for. As you choose love at the core, in the upset place inside of you, your false twin flame is mirroring. They'll choose separation over unity. versus your twin flame who would mirror your core choice in love and be unified with you. Okay, yeah, I should have just read that one because that would have just covered it all. So that is true. Anytime where I've made a core choice of like, I choose my union, I choose my true twin flame, I choose my husband God, I choose love in this space, I choose you. And this is what I fully claim. And then also knowing that I am chosen and that I don't need someone else to choose me. My false twin flames are like, peace, I'll see you later. And my true twin flame is like, I'm still here. That's the truth. As you do the inner work and you truly reveal the upset and you bring love and peace to that space, your true twin flame will be there. They're not going anywhere. And so the most important thing that I've had to learn is that I have to be what I want my twin flame to be for me. And so if it means that they're your ultimate lover and that they are someone that you feel safe with and that you can be vulnerable with, and that they're your best friend, and that you get to have this absolute amazing relationship with them, then I really want you to focus on not what they can give you, but what you can give you. I am safe within myself. I love the life that I'm creating within myself. I choose myself. I am worthy of my love and my attention. I am main priority. I am the first choice. I am the only choice. I'm everything that I need. People feel that if they embrace that somehow you're going to be alone. No, you're about to attract everything that's in that vibration, y'all. Like, don't be afraid of being alone. You were not created alone. So why be afraid of being alone? You're alone because you believe you're unlovable. You're alone because you believe that you're not worthy of the greatest, deepest love that God has for you. You're alone because you feel that you are so shameful and guilty that you don't deserve amazing things. That is why you're alone. It's you who's creating you being alone. And I say that the most loving way possible because I used to be there. So when you ultimately become your ultimate lover, everything that you desire this person to be for you, and you choose to be that for you, and you allow God to be that for you, you best open your arms for the abundance and the love that's coming your way. So I really hope that this is very helpful for you. If you're in a connection with the false twin flame or believe to be in a connection with the false twin flame, it's okay. They're there to help you come in alignment with your true twin flame. Just learn the lessons, okay? And as you learn the lessons, you will be able to transcend that upset very quickly and transcend that connection. And you make space for your true twin flame. A false twin flame is here to help you move through things that ultimately you don't really want to move through with your twin flame. There is many things that I'm very grateful that my false twin flames brought up for me to move through so that I did not have to move through them with my true twin flame. I healed them and came to a place of peace and transcended the upset and the lesson before even coming into union with my twin flame. And that was the biggest blessing. So a false twin flame does not mean you did anything wrong. It just means they're here to help you clear stuff. But the quicker you can clear it and heal it, the faster they transcend out and the sooner your true twin flame comes in. So if you need support on this, definitely check out my link below. I do offer coaching and I'm here to support you in any way that I can. And ultimately, you are going to continue calling in your true twin flame if you continue persisting in the work, trusting in your inner work, surrendering, and then enjoying life and not looking for things to change on the outside. All you have to do is change how you feel on the inside. Relax, surrender, just be, and allow God to do the rest. All right. I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. I love you all. Peace, love, and faith.